Yeah, and they snatched the Phoenix away from them as well, so they're not gonna have any Mars Phoenix combos, nothing like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a ton of
also-
damage.
Sorry, also just removes the Morphling threat from CDEC as well, which has been
But last game Morphling was picked into Phoenix as well. Last time,
first series, yeah. First game, sorry,
the first game of the series, exactly.
Yeah, and it lost.
Okay, they get themselves some Nether Toxin as well on the side of CDEC Gaming. They take this Rubik, and yeah, the only job that I can see for this Rubik right now is to steal Nether Toxin. Like everything else is bad, right? Like from Phoenix spells are okay, but nothing special. It's just the Nether Toxin that stands out quite heavily. The Abaddon,
that and Avalanche. If they get Avalanche, then you just like get perma disabled. You get lifted into Spear, into Avalanche, and you're just like a very sad boy. Can't do anything.
It also does a ton of damage as well. Like it really catches me off guard.
Yeah, okay, Avalanche. I guess it's nice as well.
Begrudgingly concede.
I'll take it.
So this is going to be the 70 Mars mid, which is something we saw him doing a lot last season. It's okay, but Team Fusion already have the Viper to lane against him in the mid lane. I don't know if he's going to have a good time versus that.
No, because CDEC they picked the Abaddon to kind of counter the Viper, I guess, on the safe lane, right? Like you use that aphotic shield against him. It's a bit harder to lane. Plus, like Abaddon is one of those heroes that's really good versus Phoenix, as you can always take the fire spirits off, and then you get one hero with no mitigation on his attack speed hitting the egg.
This is their first game on Viper as Team Fusion, so it's going to be interesting where they position it. I think both Fishman and White Album have played it for other teams, but we don't know exactly where it's going to go in this particular game. Do probably feel it's probably going to be in the mid lane, but I think they'll wait until the end of the drafts to make that decision. I personally would hope that it's off lane. I don't like Viper Tiny. Doesn't feel like a great duo to me. Every time I see a hero in the mid lane with a support Tiny, I want it to be a hero that has tempo, can get forward as well, like some spirits, some pucks, these sort of heroes, not necessarily these more anchors like the Viper. But we'll see how things go right now. I'm still very interested to see what QAQ is going to be playing in this game. They do not have last overall pick, so they need to make sure that whatever it is can continue to lane and scale throughout the game as they get a Jug from Team Fusion. I like this, actually. Picking up the Juggernaut, the hero that can beat into the Phoenix Egg. This way, you get the hero. If they want to go for another egg hitter, what's left? Like Lifestealer, Ursa are the options for them. And if either of those are picked up, you already have both Viper and the Phoenix, so percent-based damage and some kind of break to deal with those kind of heroes.
I still think they'll ban the Ursa on Team Fusion. I think they should. So Beastmaster taken out from CDEC definitely makes a lot of sense. That'd be really, really strong for them. Morphling taken out by Fusion, so they still think it's worth banning, even though they've got the Phoenix. That is interesting. Phoenix and Viper, nonetheless.
No Morph Beastmaster banned at the very end. In China, this hero just gets banned very often, doesn't get picked all that much. It would give Team Fusion quite a lot of tempo. I would like a hero that plays quickly. I don't want to see something else that's really, really slow at the end of their draft. What are you feeling here, Lizard? What do we want for Team Fusion? And actually, wait, where do we want the Viper? Is this definitely mid, or would you prefer it off lane, given how the draft's unfolding?
I think I'd like it mid more, and then you last pick your off lane on Team Fusion. Some extra stun and some extra front line. It wouldn't be bad on the offlane position 3 Viper too, but like why? If you have a Mars lane mid, like you know you're gonna do well there, and on the offlane you have Abaddon where you want you can still do well, but not necessarily. Why not put it mid? Who's got the last pick, by the way?
Fusion have last pick.
Okay, so they get to decide, really. In the end, they get to decide where Viper can go. They just see what CDEC picks last, and then they figure it out, right? Like,
yeah,
they'll have to make that call.
I really felt they need a Giga carry. That's why they've banned out Morphling and TV. So I think they probably take Medusa here on CDEC.
Wow, I never thought I'd see the day where Nomad was calling for a Medusa pick.
I can see it though.
Yeah. Something to stay far away with the Mars being there, sure. up front. You have a ton of frontline for you. It could work. It's decent laner with Abaddon too. Like these Drows and Medusas, they all could work.
Let's see here. 25 seconds left for CDEC. This game going to be very important for them to demonstrate that they belong being top 2. It wasn't a fluke that they've been beating out some of these other squads. With the Brewmaster, they're positioned quite well, so we just need a hero that QAQ can sit back and deal damage from. And that hero will be Clinks. Okay, haven't seen much of this Searing Arrow hero in quite some time. Fell off a cliff, kind of, from a situation where, especially in Div 2, he was being picked quite a lot last season. What do you make of this here, Nomad, this last pick for CDC?
I'm a Clinks enjoyer. I like this hero a lot. And I'm not sure I like it this game, though, honestly. I don't know. You want... So the good Clinks games are the ones where everyone's kind of like grouped up together. You can get a lot of value. Basically, Burning Barrage is your hero in kind of like a game. Like, yeah, you can get off some right clicks as well, but it's mostly the Burning Barrage. Juggernaut's just going to spin. Phoenix is going to egg. Viper, a bit too tanky. The Tiny's going to be like going in as initiation, hopefully. Yeah, I don't love it. I really don't love this Phoenix, this Clinks pick here, and I really like Clinks. So, but I'm interested to see what they can do with it for sure. I don't know if this is an experiment or how this is going to work. Another problem I have with it as well, just to finish up, they don't really have long lockdown on either of their support duo, and they don't have initiation from either of their support duo. It's really hard to play Clinks if you don't have like one other hero to play with who isn't going to go in and set up for your Burning Barrage for you. So like just one like initiation stun, long range stun, anything like that. Like lift is okay, but you want something just a little bit more reliable. You don't really have that. So I think it's a tough Clinks game. Sorry, I'm being very casual, guys. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna be going against the Clinks. I'll be going Fusion for this game 3, I think.
Fusion for game 3. Lizard, they've played this Clinks before on the side of CDC, and the last time they played it was when they were in the qualifiers against IG Vitality, and it gave them a dub in that situation. How are you feeling it here, or you also have the same reticence to promote the Clinks that Nomad has?
Yeah, I'm not sold on the Clinks overall. I don't think it's the same hero that deals with Yegg like he used to, but they must have a plan behind him, and I'm ready to be like surprised by the strength of the hero. That I haven't seen it in a while, right? Like it's not played very often. I know what it does, the Maelstrom Barrage build, but I don't truly believe in it. Perhaps they can make me a believer.
They'll try and make you a believer indeed. It's only the second Clinks in China, only the 12th overall in the DPC, so certainly not a hero that's enjoying a lot of play for many reasons. So we're going to be seeing in this game whether or not the side here of CDC can make it work yet again, or if it's going to be Team Fusion with this last pick, Dawnbreaker. Looks like Fishman's going to have a pretty good game on that one. If they can bring this one back, if my boy Ponlo can pop off again on this Tiny. Let's find out together, though, gentlemen. We have a game of Dota. Game number 3. Please take it away. Nomad, the narrator, and Luscious Lizard. Talk to you after the game.
Yes, your nice luscious eyebrows, Lizard. Indeed, we get into game number 3, the deciding matchup between Fusion and CDEC here in this Pride game. It is a Pride game. It's Pride Bowl. And yeah, I don't know. I like what Fusion are putting down for this one. Now, I just want to highlight the positive Clinks because, I want to get on my soapbox because I think this hero is actually good. It has a place in the game. So one good thing about it is that he's a tanky boy. Like he's a tanky boy with that 15 talent. He can do a lot of damage with the 15 talent as well. But it's all about survivability. He just gets so much HP. You build a Skadi at a decent timing, and he just becomes an absolute beast. That's something which Juggernaut's going to struggle to deal with, and the Dawnbreaker. So the Skadi timing is going to be the most key thing about this game, I believe. That'll be the decider. If he can reach good timing on Skadi after his Maelstrom and his Dragon Lance, then it could be a good game.
Do you think that he has a problem of like heroes that get on top of him easily? I guess Viper isn't that, but you have Tiny, you have Dawnbreaker, perhaps the Jug with a Blink eventually.
Maybe because you don't like building BKB, like it really messes with your timings if you have to stop for BKB on Clinks. It makes you very sad. But I don't know if they have enough damage. And also look at the heroes they've got on CDEC as well, right? They've got Brewmaster and they've got Mars, and Abaddon as well. So I think they've got enough defensive abilities to stop the Clinks from having to worry too much about that. They can keep him alive as long as he's got that death pack running. He'll be okay. He'll have the tankiness to survive through it. You know, he's a really tanky hero, so I'm not super worried about that. Yeah, I mean, it's just the things I mentioned before, which are the problem with him is that like you need to make these burning barrages go to work, but the hero also scales like an absolute beast as well. Like you see his 20 and 25 talents, they're absolutely bonkers.
Yep. Like, I'm just overall not sold on the hero in the competitive. Like, you get the dust in the early game, you get on top of him in the laning stage, kill him off. I think I've seen quite a bit of actually this Dawnbreaker against Clinks, in which Dawnbreaker just crushes him.
Yeah, it does seem like a tough lane.
Yeah, but then again, he has Abaddon, right? So he should be on paper fine. Like, ton of heals coming his way, ton of dispels coming his way as well.
Yeah, on paper is one thing, but in action, it can be an entirely different thing. And if you get jumped by this tiny Dawnbreaker, I think plans might go out the window. It only takes a bad and just be slightly out of range for it to go horribly wrong.
On paper, Snare really likes this Panda mid, but in reality, he has 2 CS against 11 CS and 8 denies of the Viper.
Yeah, they've actually swapped it up, right? Like, this is something very unusual, but yeah, it's going to be the Brewmaster mid and the Mars in the off lane. 70 playing in the off lane. That's a strange sight.
And this is a slaughter. This isn't unusual. This is just, I don't know what this is, but yeah. Like, you don't want this. I don't know what this is, but you don't want this.
This is White Album saying, guys, come on, like, put some respect on the name. Come on.
It's like there have been Pandas mid recently, like in Eastern Europe as well. They're playing it mid.
Yeah.
With quite a bit of success, because the whole lineup kind of goes around the Pandas and you fight 24/7 every time you have that ulti. But you have to do well in the lane. 18 CS against 3. Dude, this is me. This Panda is literally me on mid lane.
5. Yeah, this is it's time to hit the jungle, I think. Jungle looks fun. Let's go do that.
This just remembers me of my games versus like really good players such as no one on mid lane, right? Like, I play against them with some shitty Visage. I have 3 CS, I still win the game because the hero is broken. But I don't think Panda is that broken. Like,
yeah. I mean, Snare did curse this guy into the ground, right? You know, he got in a soapbox, he gave a little soliloquy, explained to us why, well, it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to the world of Dota 2, so if anything, this is Snare's fault. Thanks, Snare.
thank you, Snare.
Yeah, 5 and 0 versus 27 and 50.
Mm-hmm.
This is the biggest smackdown I've ever seen in the mid lane in my Dota career.
Really? Yeah, it's pretty bad, I guess.
This is like irredeemable.
You are playing against a Viper, though, right? Like, as a melee hero, you're playing against a Viper. You didn't manage to control the equilibrium properly. He did, and because of that, you can't approach the creeps anymore. Now Pondo is rotating into. They want to kill him. Seal the deal.
Yeah, this is just mean at this point. You're rotating on the guy who's 8 and 2. Like, come on.
And you fortify the creeps so he doesn't get exp.
Jesus. And Ponlo's like, yeah, I'll take first blood. Thanks, buddy. You got enough. You're 31-16 in mid.
Yeah, but the fact that they fortify the creep wave there so he doesn't get anything. Like, the creeps would have tanked the tower. That's not the problem. 7E.
Yeah, kicking a guy whilst he's down. They just want to destroy him. Not just in his game, but in his mind as well.
Yeah, Viper definitely dismantled him in the lane, so not much more is necessary. Polo bottom lane, 7E.
Oh, that's cute. Gonna make a difference though. 3 Radiant Heroes converging on 7E here. 7E in the tree line is gonna get away with this one. Imitator, he's pretty far forward, but he's gonna be able to get the kill onto the healing ward. And I think they're out of spells. XCJ's actually just straight up gonna die. Nice play from Imitator there, just using that little wizard staff fizz to right click the guy down.
Yeah, but he wasn't truly the one that killed him. It was the tower. They didn't switch the aggro. They didn't play around the aggro. They just left the poor Phoenix to get killed off by it. I just wonder if there's going to be this point in the game in which Panda just pops the ulti, kills the Viper twice, and then it's one of those question mark moments in the chat, you know?
Yeah. DM him. Nice Viper, bro. See you at LAN. Feels unlikely at this stage, but you know, there's a lot of Dotas to be played. You know, long game ahead of us. Maybe, or it might be very quick if this Viper just rolls everybody over. The thing is, though, it's a Viper, right? Like he scales better than he used to, but it's still not like, I don't know. I don't know how scared I should be of White Album Viper, but I guess we got to find out.
Jug.
Yeah, he's dead down at bottom. 70 grabs a kill. Big pick off for CDEC.
Yeah, nice arena used. The first one. He's definitely, well, not used. He nice arena gotten by 70. After that kill. But now he's gonna use it.
Going for White Album in the middle lane here. Split being used. Are they gonna bring him down? No. In comes a Dawnbreaker ulti, and actually Undyne is the one who's gonna fall, but the Pandas are still gonna get to work and get the kill. So level 6. Big timing here for the Brewmaster.
Well, it's such a big, because he also did it with Arcane Rune. So Arcane Rune plus he gets a solo experience, right, on the Viper, because Undyne died. The Abaddon wasn't there on time. I mean, he was there, he just died. So really nice for the Brewmaster. Kind of what we predicted, right? Like first Panda split, you kill the Viper, he feels too cocky, you kill him again, and your game is back. Even though you had no CS, doesn't matter.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ooh, toss back onto the Brewmaster. They want to bring him down again. He's going to go for the TP, though, and they don't have any break for that, so he is going to get himself back.
He usually would have to TP to base, but because he has Abaddon there, he just got the Photic shielded, healed up, so he doesn't have to worry if he's going to tick down to the poison stacks or anything like that.
Yep. And he's somewhat back in the game after that split kill. He's getting a bit at mid. He's very much back in it now as Ponlo. Looking for something here, but yeah, it's going to be Imitator. Probably just going to tick out to the poisons here. Nope, never mind. Undyne's going to be able to heal him up with that shield. Take those poisons away. TP out. Ponlo, does he have anything? No, he doesn't. Once again, people just TPing out in front of him over and over.
I feel like Abaddon is doing quite a bit this game, right? Like so far, at least, saving heroes. How's our Klink's boy doing? 3.8k just behind the Dawn. Man, Dawnbreaker is crushing it. And look at these stacks, actually. Oh, this is going to be juicy once that Maelstrom is up.
Yes, exactly. No, this Klink's is getting away with it, actually. The Dawnbreaker is doing well, for sure. Like, they're trading farm. But Klink's able to go brown boots into Maelstrom. Feels really good. You get that Maelstrom at like 10 minutes with Burning Barrage. You just clear through waves so quickly. And that's when he really starts farming. Like, he'll pull ahead of this Dawnbreaker for sure. Yeah. That is a nomad guarantee, trademarked.
Of course. My only question is, will Team Fusion try and contest those stacks? They did scout them, right? They know where they are. Now, Quack, he has finished his Maelstrom. I wonder, does he go straight into the Ancients or into the Triangle, that is? Does he farm the lane some more?
Another stack being created by Imitator here. This is intense. And yeah, look at that circling from Ponlo. Ponlo saying, guys, we've got a situation we need to take care of. And Juggernaut, he is going for the Maelstrom as well. But he finished off his phase boots first, so it's going to be a long time before he can come in, but he would be able to spin down the hard camp at least. But yeah, Ancient should belong to the Klinks, although to be honest, I don't know if he can take them down with just a Maelstrom.
It would take some time, right? Like, yeah, it would take some time. Meanwhile, the problem that Fusion have got is, even though they did scout the Ancients, they didn't put vision there. So the stacks, I mean, in the triangle. So they don't really know when Clinks will go and farm them.
He's going for it again on the Rubik. Can he make yet another stack happen? Oh, he got the hard camp. He didn't get the Ancients though.
You got the hard camp. That's man, Imitator. You're a beast when it comes to these stacks. Always on point.
Yeah, that's insane. They have to protect them though. They can't let them get stolen. That would just be an absolute disaster. Clinks, it's time to go, buddy. Get in that triangle, my friend. Yeah, he's running through mid. I almost don't like the fact that he shows at mid here, because it is going to give Fusion a very clear indication of where he's heading next. Like, he's giving them a pinpoint, he's giving them a reticle, but CDEC are doing something really cool where they're shoving bottom at the same time, so creating more issues for Fusion to deal with. And honestly, Fusion not dealing with any of them. They're actually just kind of chilling.
Look at this. Oh, he's greeding out a bit with the way he's farming, yeah. He's trying to go for Ancients as well. Which he might be able to do.
He's kind of... Oh,
smoke up coming. Smoke coming. This is
Ancients. Yeah, this is the fight. This could be a really important one as well. Ponlo is going to come in. They're going to see him. Quag needs to be careful here. He has got that death pack going, so plenty of HP to work with. They can't let this Tiny just wander around here.
Yeah, they won't be contested though. I feel like Lynx will take the stacks no matter what. And why won't they be contested? You're playing versus a Mars and a Panda. Both of them have ultis. Like,
yeah,
if you go in, you might just feed hard.
Yeah, Ponlo will be able to at least get the arena out of 70. It's something. But yeah, there's not much being done here. And look at, oh my god, this is every carry player just clip this,
dream,
play it on repeat. You know, that is your therapy right there. Ever feeling bad, just watch that back and oh my god.
What was it, like 800 gold? 800 gold from the hard camp.
Straight up.
Yeah, just a juicy hard camp.
Wow.
He's fine.
He's rushing BKB on the Clinks. That is absolutely not what I expected him to do.
Okay, really wants to be engaging early on then, right? Like that's the BKB, that's what it's for. Imitator?
Yeah, just rush Scotty, dude. I'm surprised, but nevertheless, Imitator, he's gonna steal the healing ward. Alright.
Jabeta the Omni Slash as well. It's only level 1 Omni Slash, right? And there's Abaddon nearby. The chances that you kill the Rubik are really low.
Yeah. I do like that Imitator is playing Rubik, though. It's very on brand. He's going to imitate the spells. Big fan.
He's always, you know, he always thinks about the lore.
Of course,
you have his nickname. Yeah.
Make sure people know the name.
That's why I only play Lizard heroes. You know?
Yeah, only Snap 5.
Kind of Venom, Viper. They can
Medusa maybe. Oh, in comes the egg, but they should be able to take this one down. But meanwhile, Abaddon just getting absolutely torn apart by the Viper. Not going to kill him off though by the looks of it. He's going to narrowly survive this one. Meanwhile, Pelno just chilling inside the arena, having a great time. Now in comes that Dawnbreaker ultimate, cutting the fight in two. Quack gonna have to run himself away as he goes invisible and skates off down the lane. Meanwhile, Jinxley will be back to Panda form. A lot of trading, not a lot of killing. Just a couple of supports dying. No one really major falling in that fight, but it is going to be Fusion who are trying to take the initiative here as they run for this middle tier 1 tower. The ultimates are down and they survive the fight, so they're going to be very happy with that. Clinks is trying to make something happen here. I mean, he's going to clear through the creeps at the very least.
Yeah, he cleared the creeps and he killed the healing ward. I think that's what's most important. Like the healing ward helps Fusion push easier.
Man, this is such a struggle for this tower, and I think Fusion are realizing they're running out of gas a little bit, and they will back themselves away.
They just used too many resources. Ultimates from Dawnbreaker, from Phoenix have been committed. Eventually, you just need to cut your loss and go back.
And Quack did end up finishing off that Dragon Lance, as you can see. So he's got that extra attack range. That is a must on Clinks, I feel. Increases the effectiveness of Burning Barrage so much.
And that's why the BKB as well, right? Like you go into the Dragon Lance, you can disassemble it, assemble it again afterwards, and have the BKB for the next fight. They're still stacking for him. I have to really give props to the supports. They're stacking quite a bit for throughout the game.
Oh, what a deny. And I'm just going to go for the TP out here, but Dawnbreaker says no. Mother is here, and Undyne will be falling. So get a tower, get the kill, all is well. CDEC. They will be heading in towards ultimate timings now, though. 2 seconds on split. Arena is back as well. So it's going to be them looking to take the initiative soon. They'll be looking to take some fights. It is hard, though. Into this Dawnbreaker ulti, it is hard to make this arena feel nice. And Supernova as well. I mean, both teams having tremendous team fight ultimates. Really could be the difference maker. Let's see what they can do. Tiny to spear down to the low ground. Ponlo, though, being healed up by the Dawnbreaker, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Coming into play. 7 egos down. Fishman making the difference here. Imitator juggling heroes right now, and in comes the Abaddon, trying to keep Imitator alive here, but not able to do so. Actually, just straight up didn't use the Aphotic Shield. Toxic. Meanwhile, Ponlo throwing back the Abaddon, cooking him up inside that Supernova. A lot committed here for those 2 support kills, though. Maybe a little overzealous, not really too sure. Quack is in the neighborhood. He really wants to see if he can get this pick up onto Ponlo, but not really going to be worth it if he dies for it as well. So he's going to chill out. Keep farming up, I guess.
Quack. Well, they do get 3 of them, right? 2 supports and Mars as well.
Yep, yeah, it's a good few
All things
moments from
considered.
Fusion, that's for sure.
Yep.
More importantly, they bled the ultimates again. Then another split kind of goes to waste.
How close is he to Aghanims? On the
Very far. He went for the Blink Dagger first, so he's still 3k gold off it.
That's actually very peculiar that he went for Blink. Like, he has a Mars as well, right? Like, Mars and Rubik, like, both of these could be your main initiators, and then as Panda, you just go for the Aghanims, you get double the ult. Imitator.
Oh dear. Been thrown back into XCJ and White Album, and Fishman also cleaning up Undyne as well. Just kills coming through thick and fast for Fusion at the moment.
Yeah, I feel it's kind of similar to Game 2. You're just having way too good of a laning stage for the game to be taken out of your control after it, right? Like Dawnbreaker had a good time, Viper just dominated mid, Jug had a good time bot, and that mid, yeah. And then you just snowball off of that.
Another hero dead.
Yeah. There, like, look at the net worth. There's a 1k advantage for Fusion, but top of the net worth is the Clinks, right? Like, he's 10k. So it's crazy just how much these 3 cores of Fusion have got.
Yeah. And Clinks has finished off his BKB, so one would expect he wants to fight soon. Probably when this Brewmaster respawns, he's going to have Split available again, so really feels like it's CDEC's turn to make something happen. They need to make some magic.
Yeah, and I think it's huge. Like, it's huge for him to have the BKB plus Brewmaster ulti. Suddenly the fight could change, because, like...
Oh, there it is. The Grove Bow finally drops to the Clinks.
Nice. Yeah.
That was scary as well. 4 out of 5, but it's there.
So, basically for CDEC, these 2 other cores, Mars and Panda, they don't matter that much when it comes to network. They do, but they can frontline even without it, right? Like, the Brew can frontline easily. Mars as well. So, it's all about the Clinks.
Oh, quick BKB from White Album. 70 tries to jump in with the spear. That's not going to happen, and now Fusion, once again, they're looking to be on the aggressive. Can they keep 70 alive? He doesn't have a BKB, and he is just going to cook to the Phoenix. Quack, though, going to pop the BKB and try and take down the Supernova. Does he have the damage to bring it down? Yes, he does, but he's got a Dawnbreaker in his face. Doesn't really care, though. He's so damn tanky with that BKB. Not really feeling the threat right now as he turns around, gets some clicks off onto Ponlo here. Ponlo going to fall, claimed by Imitator, but they have lost Undyne in the process. Now they look forward for more. Blink in from the Brewmaster. Throws down the Thunderclap, and now the Burning Barrage is going to follow through as well. It's going to be an attack to bring down the Juggernaut. They're going to have to commit the ultimate from the Dawnbreaker to keep the Juggernaut alive. And that is going to cost Dawnbreaker her life to get God King out.
That was so funny because God King went in with the spin to save the Dawnbreaker, right? Like to prevent them from chasing, and then Dawnbreaker had to go back in, realizing that he was about to die if he didn't.
Yeah.
One thing that was very noticeable in this fight from Fusion is they took the bait way too hard. And the bait was very obvious. It's that Mars this jumps in. If you follow him, it wasn't truly a bait. It's just that you're overcommitting for a hero that will put you out of position. And it's difficult for everyone to follow up. It was literally just Viper and Phoenix hitting him. So the Egg dies, the Viper dies.
Everybody die.
Everybody dies, yeah. One really nice thing that I saw is just how much damage the Dawnbreaker dishes out to Pandas. Almost killing them on her own.
Yeah, it's a good hero. Dawnbreaker, she's just pretty ridiculous. But,
do you watch The Boys?
Yeah.
She's literally that Starlight.
Yeah. If Starlight did like a couple more squats in the morning.
Yeah. A couple squats a day.
Ponlo. Getting burnt up in the top lane. That's going to be a freebie. Go to HNC.
Oh.
Finish the job. Finish your greens. Finish your vegetables. Oh no. He didn't finish his potato, and now Ponlo running through the tree lines. Oh, lands the crit arrow from Quack from downtown. Quack. Gets the kill. Now Undyne just going to TP himself out of this one. All's well. Brewmaster? You're just going to TP out? Alrighty. Easy.
Yeah. Not a lot of stuns. If the Tiny is dead, there is only a Fishman with it, so... Yeah, just TP away.
Look at Quack's build as well. Goes, refinishes the Dragon Lance, so gets a BKB, gets the Ogre Axe back again to reform the Dragon Lance as he disassembled it for the BKB. Goes in for a Chrysalis now as the cheap damage item. Obviously also works with Burning Barrage. And now, what's next? I would like to see the Skadi, but he wants the full Daedalus. Okay, no Skadi. I'm so upset, dude. I've been asking for it all game.
Skadi is good, but if you're going for Daedalus, maybe Satanic is even better, right? Like to combo.
Yeah,
you're gonna have,
I guess,
a bit of both worlds, right? Like a ton of damage plus.
Like,
White Album.
Oh my god, the damage onto White Album. See you later, Sunshine.
Does it feel good to be this Panda now?
Yeah, it does indeed. The lane was all worth it. To watch him die like that.
It was, tactical feats on the mid lane. Tactically not getting CS so that he can come back harder into the match.
Tactically face planting the lane.
The problem is okay, you gave your Viper quite a good lane. He dominated it, but you can't let him just die like this. Like it's one of those heroes that falls off heavily if he gets caught out way too many times.
Yeah.
Gotta play around him perhaps a bit more on the side of Fusion.
He does have that BKB finish now, so feeling pretty strong and confident in the middle lane. Should be good. Quack, just doing a bit of baiting. Seeing what they can see. Meanwhile, Ponlo on the side here. They're going to jump in on the Brewmaster. Everybody just jumping in on this one right now. They're going to turn around and try to deal with the Supernova. That'll be their focus. And now the Omni Slash comes ripping on through here. Not really going to be able to take anyone down. It just comes through everyone. And now God King, he's trying to leap, but the crit, where did that come from? What the hell was that range? Quack manages to find the kill and now turns around with Fishman as well. Fishman's just trying to fight up into this, but the arena comes down, splitting them all up. Quack brings him down, moves to his next target. White Album is going to be the name. And he's got gonna get himself a... No, he's
Quack.
not. Ziggs
He's going in.
chasing. Quack's there as well. He's got the barrage. He's got the damage to get the kill. Even gets tossed away by the Tiny, but now he's being jumped upon by Undyne. Shiggs, they'll throw in a little high five to each other, and they will finish the job. And by the job, I mean a full 5-man team wipe going the way of CDEC.
Yeah, do you have time to go into the pit? Like, you don't have resources. You've used mostly everything. There is a Brewmaster Aghanim, so he should have another ult. But, okay, they're trying to go in. Let's see if they can finish it fast enough. I think they can, right? Like, your heroes are quite strong.
I mean, there's also no Supernova. There's also no Solar Guardian. Definitely didn't just read that. I forgot what it was called. There's no Omni Slash. You know, I think they're feeling good. They're feeling strong.
Omni Slash felt so sad in that last fight as well. Like, just jumping across the pandas and everything and doing pretty much nothing. The moment he got out of it, he died.
Yep. Unfortunately, it was an Omni or Die moment. He chose both. Jump in, another day, another split. Quack just unleashing now with the Burning Barrage. They're going to try and throw back the Clinks, but I don't think the Clinks gives a damn. He says, yeah, thanks for the Blink Decker, bro. Means I don't have to buy one. Oh, miss up high ground. Saves White Album's life at the very least. And now we'll jump in and move towards Brewmaster. Actually getting caught out a little bit, but he's going to be able to get off another split here. Solar Guardian coming on down here, but Ponlo not quite in the radius, so he is going to die. And now the spear comes through onto 2. Fishman turns around with the BKB with that Starbreaker coming through as well. And there's, of course, that Sunray healing him up. So they will survive for now on Fusion, but man, it is painful.
Yeah. 4 staff, Aphotic Shield. Quack is here though. He's fighting.
Good lord.
Ton of damage.
Yeah, that Daedalus just absolutely going to work, and sharing is caring, and that's what they'll do to this Omni. XCJ says, why? Why? I didn't want that clinks on my face. I really didn't, bro.
That is not helpful, Sir Tiny. Please don't do it again. I shall not report you this time. Yeah, like Clinks is just becoming crazy strong. I actually expected maybe Fusion to take this fight better, because Mars obviously TP'd out, right? Like you saw him. And I expected them, okay, Mars... I knew they were going to chase. I just expected them to do more after chasing and not just die. But Clinks... definitely surprising me. Like I said, I wanted to be positively surprised, and I have been. Like, pretty much doing what you expect from Clinks to do, but I don't know. I just don't see the hero enough, so I think I kind of, you know, just assume that he's not that great. The stacks definitely helped, though, right?
They certainly did, yeah. They were a big building block of Quack's game. I still find it interesting that they, I mean, I guess Ponlo was rotating to mid a lot, but like, he was really hammering that nail in the middle lane. Meanwhile, the Clinks was kind of getting away with it in the top lane. They could have done more.
Oh, mid lane arena mist.
Yeah, he's just, he's building a giant stop sign in the middle lane. That's what he's doing. Nice circle with the strike across through it. Saying, stop playing. GG out. Whack. Oh no. Oh, the double crit. Are you kidding me? That's not okay.
Poor Phoenix, he just died in 3 hits.
He didn't deserve that.
Yeah.
Also went for Searing Arrow's multi-shot, by the way. Rather than Burning Barrage damage. That's interesting. As you see, these heroes just getting absolutely shredded. Another day, another crit. Quack just turning heroes inside out.
They do have buybacks, though, if they want to commit them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll use it when on the Dawn, whenever someone needs saving. Let's see what they can do. Ponlo looking for the toss back, use it onto Quack here, trying to get him out of position. He is out of mana, so his damage output is limited. Might be going down the first time here. Has that Aegis though, so ready to jump back and come back into this one. Meanwhile, God King almost giving his life just to get the Aegis out of this Clinks' hands, or bone hands. Bone hands are still hands. That doesn't need to be corrected. White Albert, meanwhile, he's got a Panda infestation, which he can't really take care of. And it's just looking a wee bit sad at this point, really. Supernova comes down. They will all turn their attention to taking down that big old pyramid. That will get torn apart. Quack is getting kind of a little bit satanic. Brings him straight the way back up again. Omnislash jumping through so many heroes, doing nothing.
Arena.
A beautiful catch there from 70 just to grab that kill. Fishman desperately trying to fight up into everyone, but there is nothing to be done. And there come those lovely 2 Gs to end the game. Game number 3, it goes the way of CDEC, and they remind us exactly why they are the second place team in this region as they kick Fusion's ass in this 3rd game.
This one was so on point from them. This whole strategy with the Clinks was just really on point. Getting all the stacks for him, making sure like it's when you're playing a hero such as Clinks, it's very important that you're that 1 damage item ahead, right? Like so that you don't feel like a creep in fights. You use your barrage, then they jump you, and you have to run. It's very different when you get like a Dragonlance crit so early on, and you're getting the kills. You're actually dishing out that significant amount of damage.
Yeah,
which he was. Yeah.
He was dishing out damage like it was nobody's business. Amazing performance coming out here from CDEC. And Quack managed to claim himself the 2nd fastest Daedalus all time on this Clinks hero. A decent return from him. Just everything that was coming together from CDEC. It looked so crisp from the mid-game onwards. But it was started to look good at the beginning, no matter. It was looking like Team Fusion had some degree of a handle on this. They were punishing that Brewmaster in the mid lane. They were making things look very solid from Fishman's side of things. He had a phenomenal start on the Dawnbreaker. Then it all fell apart so quickly. It feels like that one mid-fight, that huge one where they dove in after 7E, I believe, on the he pops BKB, they kill him, they think they can take this fight, and then Clinks is like, wait, I have a perfect angle for all the damage. You were speaking about it during the draft itself. This hero is all about the burning barrage, and that certainly came in clutch in this game, dishing out a ton of damage that it didn't feel like Team Fusion was able to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Clinks is about, really. And I was worried because they didn't have a ton of lockdown to really set up for that, especially with their support duo. But, you know, when you get this far ahead, you don't really need it. Like, you don't need a slow, you don't need a stun, because the damage alone is enough. No one's going to be able to escape that in time. So, yeah, you know, you can see in this very first clip here, White Album, like, pretty much tanks the entire thing. Not good. Not good for Fusion, unfortunately, in this game. I just would have liked to see Ponlo focus more on the top lane and try and kind of punish this Clinks a bit more, because they were owning. Like, the Dawnbreaker was ahead, but they didn't shut down the Clinks with that. They just kind of let Fishman get really farmed instead, and I'm not sure that's the right play. Easy to say.
They didn't get really farmed. Yeah, you know, when we look at the game back, we're like, well, we should have done more to shut him down, but in the time itself, it's kind of hard to do. Ponlo was a little bit late in picking up his Blick Dagger, 4 minutes behind the pace of the average and what he was able to accomplish in game 1. And to make matters worse, Lizard, no matter how much farm you get on a Juggernaut, it's really difficult in a game like this to make that hero effective. You throw out the GG slash, there's Brewlings everywhere, there's just a Baron that can tank up so much of the damage. You're not really feeling like your ultimate is actually that effective. So your ability to dish out the spread damage is, in theory, equivalent, or it's possible to try and match this Clinks, but in practice, very far off what's actually capable, right?
I'm just not sure, yeah, we can blame it on heroes, on individual heroes, but I don't think that's the case. I really would attribute this loss, this win, 100% to CDEC, but and the way they played, but a little bit of it as a Fusion's loss. Because you don't do well in all 3 lanes as much as they did, and then just get stomped like this 30 minutes into the game. Like, remember, this was the 20 CS versus 2 CS on mid lane Viper. Like, Nomad was right. He was correct. Clinks did get farm, but so did Fishman. He was uber fat. He was top of the network charts for the longest time. And also Gwen, he had a normal lane. So you won 2 lanes and one went kind of evenish. And you heavily won that mid lane. I guess one positive side for CDC is if you're going to lose the lane with one hero, losing it with Panda on mid lane is probably the best, right? You just need level 6, you pop it, you have impact.
Yep. Just get that XP. That's all he cared about in the mid lane, honestly. That was literally it.
Get the experience. We've seen him do this before on this hero. I don't think we've seen him play it mid like this when they put 70 in the off lane, but it certainly worked out at the end. and their just team fight just felt a little bit overwhelming. And it didn't feel like Team Fusion were able to deal with it at some point. But Lizard is right. They had a very blistering advantage early on. What do you think happened, Nomad? Was it a mental thing, do you think, after taking like a couple of bad fights where they start to feel, well, we're not as crisp with our execution. Let's maybe wait a little bit before initiating a next fight, wait for one more item, wait for this, wait for that. And before you know it, the time period where you're actually strong on the map has passed.
Yeah, I think they failed to abuse the Brewmaster cooldowns as much as they should have. I feel like God King felt like a little bit lost in this game. His laning phase was worse than the Clink's, but still fine. He was like 200 gold behind the Mars, so really not too bad. But yeah, he went for the phase boots and got the Maelstrom a little bit later. I think, I don't know, it felt like after they lost those stacks, they couldn't contest the stacks. It did just feel like that was a kind of hopelessness on the side of Team Fusion. Also, White Album Viper, I don't think that's a Google. Didn't really, he had such a huge advantage, and then he kind of just like, I don't know. It didn't really have much game impact. And I know that's hard as a Viper, but even so, I think his item build was funky as well. Going for the BKB and Dragon Lance, into the Ghost Scepter. I feel like there's things you can do as Viper, right? If you get a really good start to the game, you can go for like Gleipnir was exactly what I was going to say. Wow, we're so in sync.
You're in sync, man.
Clearly,
your luscious hair
with the same brainwave.
Yeah, with your luscious eyelashes, something like that would have been really cool. But instead, he just doesn't really feel like a hero. And considering he dumps at his lane, that's not a good sign.
We've seen this time again. Win lane, lose the game when you're playing this Viper. But I think the point that you were outlining there about them not contesting the stacks is a very good one, because we saw early on in the game, like at the 6-7 minute mark, Ponlo drastically spamming out pings, being like, guys, look, major stacks everywhere. We need to do something about this. He spent like a minute in the dire triangle just trying to deal with that. But he wasn't able to do it ultimately. And because they didn't, it's going to be CDEC that walk away with yet another victory here in the China DPC, rounding out their journey here to make it 6-1. To, of course, talk more about this game, we have one of the players from the squad itself. 7E is going to be joining us for a quick interview. 7E, obviously the mid laner of CDEC, former mid laner for eHome. And 7E, welcome. Congratulations on your victory here today. It was a bit of a close one. Talk to us about this. Was your team, did you have the belief that you were going to win this series out, or was it a tight contest every single game?
这场比赛的话打得非常焦灼，然后你们赛前对获胜有过预期吗？还是说你们打到比赛的时候才发现这比赛会打得如此激烈？
有过预期吧，也挺激烈的。
Yeah, our expectation going to this one is a very close one.
Certainly makes sense given how the game's panned out. Talk to us about what happened in this particular game. I mean, you made the decision in this one to put this Brewmaster into the mid lane rather than the off lane. But at the beginning, the game wasn't looking very good for you guys. It was quite difficult. But then you started to come back slowly but surely. Whose idea was it to move the Brewmaster mid? And who made some of the calls in this game about taking some of these fights? For example, the fight you took around 20 minutes where you jumped in, baited the team into you, and then you died, but then your team was able to wipe the fight afterwards. Was that your call for that fight?
想问一下，这场比赛是怎么样决定去把9000放到中路的？包括在前期比较劣势的情况下，几波翻盘的团战，包括像有一波20分钟左右你跳进去把对面技能吃完了，然后让队友收割的团战，你们是谁做的决定？
那个就是9000在中，这个是我们一直有的战术吧，所以不会说是临场决定，就一直有这种战术。20分钟那波团就大家觉得能打，然后就去开个战场，后续能打过就是队友厉害，也没辜负我吧。
We always had the strategy to put the Brewmaster mid, so it was not during the draft we figured it out. We just always have that in our pocket. And the team fight you mentioned in the 20-minute mark, we had a discussion before the fight. We think we can take the team fight, and I just went in and started the fight, and turns out my teammates win the fight, and they didn't. So my sacrifice was worth it.
Hey. Lizard, as a sacrificial player yourself, you want to ask some questions of the man while we have him on?
Yeah, congrats on the win. Looking forward to watching you guys in Division 1, in the first division. Is there a team that you're looking forward at playing against in Division 1, and what do you think, what will your chances be like over there?
恭喜你们这次成功晋级。然后有没有一些想在 S 级联赛去打的队伍？然后你觉得你们会在 S 级联赛下个赛季取得什么样一个成绩呢？
不知道吧。我之前也在 S 级联赛打过，也没有说特别想跟谁打，但是更想的是是靠 TI 预选去达到成绩吧。
I have no idea. I've been playing in there before, so I really have no idea who I want to play against. But right now, I just want my team to perform well in the TI qualifiers.
Okay. And what do you think? How are your chances in the qualifiers? Do you think that they're good, or like how do you feel your form is against all the other teams that will be in the qualifiers?
那你觉得现在队伍这个状态跟其他可能要参加 TI 预选赛的队伍打的话，是一个什么样的机会呢？
不知道吧，就尽力，就不能说的太那什么，但是肯定尽力去打败他们，然后想办法进铁。只能说尽力。
I have no idea. I don't want to make throw out the big words, but we're definitely gonna try our best and bring our best result.
Yeah, that's a perfect answer. Thank you very much.
That makes sense. Nomad, 7E, and Joya, and Klinks Aficionado. We have the 7E on the team, on the call rather. Yeah, you want to talk to him for a little bit?
Yeah, I'd just like to ask, what does your shirt mean, and where did you get it?
Sorry, he just coughed. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. I just wanted to ask, what's the meaning of his shirt, and where did he get it? It looks dope.
Can we get
就是
one?
感觉你这个 T 恤非常酷，你知道这个 T 恤是什么意思吗？能跟大家解释？然后你是哪里把这 T 恤搞来的吗？
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
你可以回答一下吗？就是就是什么意思？能跟观众解释一下，然后就是哪里买的吗？
游戏王里面的一张卡。
Yeah, this is a card from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. So is he a big? Are you a big Yu-Gi-Oh player?
你自己平时会打游戏王吗？
有吧，但是最近没怎么打，是挺喜欢游戏王的。
I have been a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. I've played some those card games, but not recently. I don't have time recently.
Oh, that's a shame. I mean, maybe on LAN we could have a game together, 70. Thanks a lot.
One final question for you, 70, before we let you go here. As it stands right now, your team is undefeated in the DPC with Brewmaster. It's quite a while since you've lost with that hero. Talk to us about what makes your team so dangerous with that hero. And do you think is it first pick, first ban material in general, or only for your team right now?
你们队现在拿到9仙还没输过，就是你们对这个英雄是怎么理解的？在你们队里的话，这个英雄的地位有没有达到这种第一阶段先办先选的一个地步？还是你们是怎么样理解这个英雄为什么在你们队发挥这么好？
因为我们3位是这个英雄的绝活，然后他还能摇到中单去吧，就是他能保证，就我也同时能帮助他摇到中单去，所以就能保证他每次都很肥，然后很有诚意，他自己玩的也很好，所以对我们队来说是非班即选。然后但对于整个联赛来讲，没有那么别的队不会那么重视，除了我们队。
Yeah, so our offlaner is also a master of Brewmaster, so I can help him. So I can help him with the hero as well. So sometimes it's really flexible in our team. We can put him on position 2 or position 3. Also, sometimes if I'm using Brewmaster, I can make sure our position 3 has a really good game. So I think that's why this hero is very important on our team. But I think throughout the division, we are the only one team can do that. So Brewmaster probably is not probably doesn't have that high priority in the rest of the teams.
Certainly makes sense, and it makes sense to have an ace in the hole that you can pull out in these situations and you can pull out to gain these victories. So congratulations for this particular victory. We hope to see you all do well in the next Division 1 for the next season, but mainly we hope to see you do well at the TI qualifier. So we'll let you go and prepare for those games. Good luck, have fun, and congratulations yet again for making it to Div 1.
恭喜你们拿下这个晋级的名额，然后希望你们下赛季好运，同时也祝你们 TI 预选赛好运。Thank you.
That was 70 from the side there of CDEC, and with Marshall helping us out with the translation. Well, we heard it there from the horse's mouth, Lizard, something that we've been talking about the entire time. As much as Div 1 is great, it's all about these TI qualifiers. And I know he was being a bit cagey about wanting to put his cards on the table and say, this is how strong I think our squad is. But you are going to be the one that's going to represent them right now. If the TI qualifiers were tomorrow, where do you think they would place relative to everybody else?
Not sure. There's a ton of teams that will be there, right? From the Chinese region. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I don't think they would win it, right?
Oh,
but
murder
they
them.
could be top 3, top 4, perhaps. Yeah. Top
3, top 4. Okay, that's a very bold prediction. Nomad, for the other team here, we just saw Team Fusion losing yet again, unfortunately, in Division 2. It's not going to threaten their prospect of staying in the division, but it's certainly going to be a knock on their confidence. What do you think they can do to get back to winning ways? Because this team has an incredibly high ceiling, and we saw in Game 1 when they reached that ceiling, they look so good, but they just lack the consistency to stay there. What do you think they need to do to try and gain that consistency and play as well as we know they're capable of?
Practice. I mean, that's all it is. And I'm sure they're going to really step it up for the TI qualifiers because they have to. If they don't, they'll be in some real trouble. So yeah, it really does just come down to, scrimming as much as possible, talking as much as possible. You want to make this your life. You want to make this team your life. And if they do that, I think this team can beat teams like CDEC on a more reliable basis. I don't know what happened today. Like if this wasn't a series they prepared for and they kind of just, managed to play out game 1 and then game 2 and 3 they kind of ran out of ideas, or I don't know, but that game 1 looked really promising for me, so I'd love to see more of that. And I'm very excited to see what they can do in the future. I hope we can follow this team for a while now, especially if there's more smaller tournaments which are coming up in China. It'd be great to watch them play a bit more. So I'm very excited for the future of Fusion, and maybe, just maybe, we might see these guys at TI, but it is so hard. It is so damn difficult in this region. Fingers crossed for them, though.
Speaking of this being a difficult region, we are not done with the day of Dota 2 just yet. We have another series coming up today, which is going to be Team Saiyan going up against YBB Gaming. That particular series is quite interesting here, Lizard, because it's pretty much a relegation match. Whoever loses is done, going to get knocked out, will have to re-qualify, take the Team Fusion / CDC routes to come back into the division. Who do you see coming out ahead in that particular game?
Oh, it's so hard to call. Like I don't want to. I don't want to lean completely into one direction. Perhaps YBB are my favorites, but we'll see. Anything can happen. When it's a relegation match, there's a ton of emotions on the line as well, because there is a lot on the line, right? It can go either way.
We'll be seeing, of course, which way it does go, because that game is about to get ready. So we're going to throw it over to a quick break as we prepare for it to happen. In the meantime, please make sure that you go ahead and follow at Lizard Dota, at Nomad as well, and shout them out. Say, what's up? Holla at them and tell them how much you love their casting. Also, make sure that you're following at Perfect World Esports. And remember to always holla at Lizard about his lusciousness. We'll see you all soon for the next series here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with some Division 2 action.
英雄之前，你不曾拥有姓名。通向终点的路很长，但谁也无法预知结局。有人前倾暗影，谋而后动；有人拼尽全力，克敌机先。没有对与错，只有速度是唯一的答案。奔跑吧，在到达终点之前。